Hi guys, welcome back to another quick card pull. This is being filmed on Monday, April the 6th, pulling from the Beauty Horror Tarot cards. 444, when I was starting to pull this, they're mentioning Jay Cutler, which is Kristin Cavallari's ex-husband. They're funny enough they're saying late husband, that's crazy. And then they were also mentioning mob wives for some reason. I don't know. Maybe making comebacks or something like that. I'm not sure. They didn't really give too many details. They're mentioning of being a part of a new team. Following your intuition. And I feel, this is where I feel like the kings of the tarot cards and everyone's interpretation is different. Take what resonates. I feel like is what they want you to pay attention to. This is like the stern, like, you know, where is the queen is the nurturer, highlighting the aspects of yourself that is nurturing, that is giving, that is desirable from others, that people admire about you. I feel like what the King of Wands is like paying close attention to your intuition. You know, I feel like with myself, it's just like, you know, that to-do list is like kind of, you know what I mean? Like got one thing done today. It doesn't even feel like, honestly, like I was totally dragging my butt today. I just like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to do it. And I'm just like, just do it. Asking Yahweh and Yeshua for the strength. And my dad, I was like, come and help us out and get this, like, they were showing me how to get it, like maneuver it and everything like that. And it got done. But you know what I mean? I feel like it's just like, you know, you don't give yourself enough credit. And I just feel like 46 could be significant. I feel like giving yourself enough credit. Funny enough, they're showing one of Jay Cutler's and Kristin Cavallari's son being a linebacker. That's funny. But I love the plant that's here, like, you know, new growth. I feel like rebirth, you know, because the potted plant is there and all the roots. I could be just like the wall there. But you know, again, universe has your back. So if you see 11, you know, just remember your wands. You know, 1, 2 wands is universe that supports you. You know what I mean? Because we're always looking to the future. I know, you know, just make sure you don't future trip, but, you know, wondering and guessing or second guessing, or not even second guessing, just they're like hibernation mode. I feel like a lot of us are in hibernation mode with the temperature of the world is right now. But sometimes, like, life can feel like you're all tied up, that there's a lot going on, and it feels like no matter what direction, like, even just getting that done, you know what I mean? Like, I won't feel like a certain way until, like, I won't feel it's complete until it's picked up, to be honest. And it's tomorrow. So I'm just thankful that it was done. Now I got to put everything back, which I'm working on. And you know what I mean? It's just, you know, a great opportunity to spring clean. Like, I was very methodical cleaning the stairs yesterday because we have carpet and it's been there a while. But it was just like very like thoroughly cleaning and everything like that. So I feel like, again, like that is just an opportunity to spring clean because of what happened today. Change of transformation. Funny enough with the eyeballs, so like sight could be a big thing, but I feel like sinuses. You know what I mean? Like that could be something that's significant there. But I feel like because change of transformation in the mouth. So how you speak, how you articulate your words, you know, leaving people, places, things, or leaving behind something you used to say, or something how you would verbalize, articulate yourself, or who you speak to could be something that's significant here. Like, you know, our throat chakra. You know what I mean? So could be highlighting thyroid. I don't feel like it's anything bad, but they did mention thyroid, so I was like, I'll just mention that. See, with myself, it's just like we had the fast of Esther, so I did not take vitamins or anything because last time I did that, I messed myself up real bad. So I didn't take anything this time. And then we're in Passover, and I'm taking my vitamins because we're eating and everything like that. But it's just like having the cold really put a damper on things. But I feel like with the like this change in transformation, you're able to take your barriers down. I feel like it's you know, I don't feel like you're gonna feel like you don't have moves anymore, or something making you feel like, you know, apprehensive. And I feel like it's like, don't worry, we're like, you know what I mean? Because especially the clouds clearing up, you know, as well. I feel like they said you're gonna become a part of a new group. So, you know, I feel like this is where things really open up for you. How does this happen? Remember, we got the Ace of Pentacles. It's like a mountain we're going to send. Look how tall they are to the mountain. Page of Pentacles. I feel like puppeteerist, but I feel like Page of Pentacles. I feel like it's work endeavors. You know what I mean? Work opportunity. collaboration, working with others. Maybe this may be someone, like I said, reunited with someone you worked with before. Laying down roots. So this could be like a move where you're uprooting yourself, because I felt like that potted plant was significant, especially because I felt like the roots were overgrown there, as beautiful as they look sometimes. Like those crawlers, creepers against the wall. I feel like it could be also the definition of the wall, but I feel like it's like because the roots are there and the wands are growing new growth. You know what I mean? New growth could be something significant, but I feel like, uprooting, potting, repotting. A lot of people take opportunity to see how much their their plants have grown, or keep an eye on it. It's like, ugh, we need to transplant you. So going and getting soil and planting those potted plants at home into bigger. And I feel like this is where they're like, you've outgrown things. This is why there's this shift with the Page of Pentacles. Remember they were saying, like, watch who you hang around with? Because this is a Five of Swords. This is all about, like, verbal altercations. Could be at, like, a work. So I feel like people may try to drag you into the gossip, because I feel like because you have close connections with people, so they're like, oh, if they're a part of it, then maybe they'll listen or something. So they're like, keep my name out of your mouth kind of thing. Don't resort to violence. Don't pull a Will Smith or anything like that. Like, you're grown. Don't need to be doing any of that. But, green with envy is something that came out looking at this gentleman's body here. So just be mindful of who's trying to drag you in, because, you know what I mean? You think maybe it's a noble battle, but you don't have all the facts. And it's like, do you really have the energy for that? Remember what Spirit said. 10 of Wands. Do not take anything else on. This is not your battle. They're saying a battle that won't be won, so just stay out of it. The Hangman, changing perspective. I love the fact that it's the sun. I feel like it's leading to the sun. I feel like everything that has been going on, even though we don't understand it, I feel like it, in a way it was just positive confirmation. It's like, yeah, it does seem like a lot. It does seem like there's a lot going on, and more keeps being added on. The more we try to get rid of things on our plate. So trying to get rid of those 10 of Wands where there's like, don't take any more, things on. It's like, this is something we had said, like, we have to wait to this time. It was a certain date, has to get done. We took care of it. It was just like moving everything out of the way so nothing got damaged. So sitting there and taking care of that. So like I said, when it's picked up tomorrow, I will feel a lot better, because then it's just like, whoop, it's done. Like, to me, officially, that's done when it's no longer my problem. So a lot of us have been planting seedlings, and a lot of us have been like, oh my gosh, like we all feel like, oh, there should be this major change already, because it's this fiery horse lunar energy. And it's all about forward momentum. And it feels like no matter how much we try to make for, like I said, we're trying to sit there and, it's a mountain. We're trying to make said actions and try to make you know what I mean? But you are doing it. Even though you don't think you are, they see a lot more than what you realize. They see that, like, all the things that you're doing, all the words that you're speaking, the confidence, the fact that you're not letting things sit there and get to you, that you're no longer allowing people to suck you into things that have nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? Not your circus, not your monkeys. But this is why I say 3 weeks time, there is something coming in here. New opportunity, something that piques your curiosity, but I don't feel like you're bored with life at all. Like with myself, it's just like, the last 3 weeks have been, this is the 4th week, has been pretty, you know what I mean? Still on the mend. You can hear I'm a little nasally still, but it's just like a lot better. I am very thankful that fog is gone. I feel like the trees are waking up, like yawning. I started my first Robin today. I was so excited. So we have the Fool, and it's like, you're ready for what's coming. Even though, like, remember they were showing that with the Magician? You already possess what it takes to go whatever this new opportunity is. And really think about this course. So course, maybe like a school course, or something like where I said I want to take Deborah Silverman's astrology class, where it's like 6 weeks of dedicated time. So it's just like, when that is able to be allotted in my life, I will definitely take that course. So maybe that's what they're talking about there. But journey, like, like they show backpack, kids going off to school. Maybe someone's headed off to college, brand new journey, brand new chapter. There's the mountains again. They will ascend this mountain, like they said, with the darkness and the light balance. You got to, take both strides. It's not going to be perfect. Nothing in life is perfect, as much as we like to try to make it that way. Great celebration. So, we're heading into graduation, birthday season, Mother's Day is coming up. You know what I mean? So anniversaries is what they're saying. So there's, oh, I love the money in his hand. We're talking about green with envy, home, and it's, that equal balance. Funny enough, a lot of people are like, oh, wouldn't life be easier if you were in a partnership? And I literally read a post today where they were in a partnership and they're still, you know what I mean? Like everybody else. And I'm just like, see? It's like, you got to be in a partnership for the right reasons, not because you think it's going to be, fix the problem that you currently have. It's like, why solve one problem and add another? 10, like they said, more money, more problems kind of thing. And it's like, you thought you got rid of this, but this came with, with it. Got another 8. 8 was death card. So a lot of people see this Cupid's arrow. We have been getting knockings of this, but remember what Spirit said. First card, follow your intuition. Amberland Tarot said the same thing. Just because you're being offered this doesn't necessarily mean you have to take that person coming into your life. Make decisions for yourself. Yes, people will all they want. Why? Because they want to sit there and think that they have some control in your life. And they don't. You do what you feel like is reasonable, suitable for your life, where you need to stand, where you need to flow, where you're going to grow. We're getting a lot of growth with the wands. Finishing off with the Four of Pentacles, and I feel like that is so fitting, especially when we were talking about that, feeling that apprehension there, where we're feeling like we're tied up. We got 3 8s in this, where we feel like, it's just like we're fearful. But they're saying, like, no worries, you know what I mean? You could start taking down your walls a little bit to allow, I guess, let the sunshine come in. Alvin and the Chickmunks, they were singing that, let the sunshine come in, is what they're, singing in here. Face it with a grin. Open up your heart and let the sunshine in. So it's just like, just because hold on. I think the biggest thing to remember is the first card is the King of Pentacles, where it's just like, following your intuition, and the second card where Spirit has your back, that, you could trust yourself. You could trust the universe, because they've showed you time and time again, better things are coming. I know this, everybody expected, like, oh, I win the lottery and this and that and everything that I asked for is going to happen. There's been a lot of other things happening. You have to grow. You have to heal. You have to change, because they're showing change and transformation. There are other moving parts around that we can't see, or maybe that's what they're trying to download to you. So I feel like that's why they're saying rest and rejuvenation, rest and rejuvenation. They've been saying that for a while. Like, even with myself with this weekend, like, I was like this. Nope, I ain't doing none of it. Sorry. I'm resting. I'm rejuvenating. I'm taking care of me, because, that fog that I had while I was under the weather was not good. It's not good for anybody, and I can't help anyone else while I'm like that. So I needed to take that time to woos out, to rest, rejuvenate, listen to the universe. Time to rest. Shut the F up, rest, put your feet up. I know sometimes it's difficult because we get those spurts of energy, but it's like, let those things wait when you're better, because, you keep doing this, you're going to run yourself ragged. You're going to run yourself into situations you don't want. So let all this, negativity clear. Things should be better in the next 3 days, or even this week. You'll feel and see that shift in your life. And I feel like that's why they're saying 3 weeks time, you're going to start seeing little trinklets, little by little, or even big ones coming in, that it's going to show you those signs of those things moving in. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next quick card pull.